Have you ever felt like the universe was speaking directly to you, nudging you along a path you didn't even know existed? Imagine walking alone in a quiet street at night, the stars stretched like a glittering highway above you, and suddenly every choice, every random encounter, seems connected by invisible threads. This was the exact moment I realized the universe wasn't just a vast expanse of chaos, but a subtle guide shaping my journey. You might think of the universe as an endless, indifferent void, but what if I told you that deep patterns, almost imperceptible, orchestrate events in ways that feel eerily personal? Today, on Cosmic Horizon Hub, we dive into the moment I understood that the universe was guiding me, and the revelations will challenge how you see reality itself. We'll explore not only the scientific underpinnings of synchronicity, quantum connections, and cosmic coincidences, but also the intimate, almost mystical experiences that make us wonder whether our lives are truly random or carefully directed by forces we are only beginning to understand. It all started on a seemingly ordinary morning when I missed my usual bus, a minor inconvenience at first glance, but that small divergence led me to meet someone who would alter the course of my life entirely. Isn't it fascinating that a single missed moment, something so trivial, could ripple through our existence like a pebble dropped into an infinite pond? Science calls this sensitive dependence on initial conditions, a principle found in chaos theory, where tiny variations at the beginning can lead to vastly different outcomes, and yet when these events converge in ways that feel meaningful, we call it synchronicity. Carl Jung, the famous psychologist, explored this phenomenon, suggesting that meaningful coincidences are not mere accidents, but expressions of the collective unconscious, a deep layer of shared reality where the universe's hidden order subtly influences our lives. Picture the night sky again, the Milky Way arching above. Each star, a potential decision point in your own life. Each constellation, a map of unseen connections. My story is not unique. Countless people experience moments when the universe seems to send signs. But how often do we pause and notice them? Scientific research into human perception and pattern recognition reveals that our brains are naturally wired to seek connections, to find meaning even in randomness. Yet, there is a threshold where coincidence and guidance intersect, where statistical anomalies line up with personal significance, creating experiences that feel orchestrated, as though the cosmos itself is whispering its secrets to us. One particularly vivid example occurred on a day when I felt completely lost, uncertain about career decisions and personal direction. I wandered into a bookstore, a place I rarely visited, drawn inexplicably to a specific shelf, and my eyes landed on a book whose title mirrored exactly the question weighing on my mind. The odds of this happening were astronomically low, yet there it was, as if the universe had anticipated my confusion and provided an answer. Neuroscientists explain part of this through selective attention, the brain's ability to focus on stimuli that align with our current thoughts or emotions. But what about the uncanny precision of timing? What about the way the book seemed to materialize exactly when I needed it? Quantum physics introduces even stranger possibilities, where particles exist in states of probability until observed, hinting that, at a fundamental level, the universe is not strictly deterministic nor wholly random, but a complex interplay of probabilities and observation, where conscious awareness can influence outcomes. Imagine the cosmos as a vast symphony, each planet, star, and particle contributing to a composition so intricate that even a single thought or action may ripple outward, subtly altering the melody of events. The key realization for me was that guidance often comes not as a loud, unmistakable signal, but as a quiet nudge, a feeling, a sequence of small coincidences that, when pieced together, illuminate the path forward. Have you ever felt compelled to take a different route home or pick up a random phone call and discovered it changed your day in unexpected ways? These moments may seem trivial, but in hindsight, they are threads in the tapestry of your journey, gently tugged by forces we often cannot name. To explore this further, I started observing the patterns in my own life, tracking coincidences, and analyzing moments when seemingly unrelated events converged with uncanny clarity. Over months, a pattern emerged. Decisions made intuitively, guided by subtle signs, consistently led to outcomes that were both favorable and transformative. This is not mere confirmation. Biased rigorous probability calculations show that, while some coincidences can occur by chance, the sheer frequency and timing of these experiences suggested a deeper order, a personal orchestration of events that science is only beginning to grapple with. Even astronomers studying celestial events are aware of how patterns repeat across vast scales. Planetary alignments, gravitational waves, and cosmic cycles exhibit synchrony that echoes the subtler alignments in our daily lives. Consider the physics of resonance, where two systems vibrating at similar frequencies can influence each other profoundly. Could it be that human consciousness resonates with the universe in ways we do not yet fully comprehend, receiving guidance in forms both subtle and profound? This thought led me to experiment with mindful awareness, treating each day as a sequence of potential signs, observing coincidences, feelings, and sudden insights. Without dismissing them, over time, I noticed an incredible shift. Decisions that felt aligned with these signs often resulted in serendipitous encounters, new opportunities, or clarity that would have been impossible to predict otherwise. The universe, it seemed, was not a cold, indifferent expanse, but an intricate, living network, sensitive to attention, intention, and awareness. And yet, there is a twist. While the universe provides guidance, it does not dictate outcomes in a deterministic way. It is more like a mentor offering hints, rather than a strict instructor issuing commands. Free will remains, but the guidance allows us to navigate choices more gracefully, to detect the hidden currents beneath the surface of apparent randomness. Modern physics, neuroscience, and psychology converge here, suggesting that consciousness and matter are deeply intertwined, and our subjective experiences are not merely reactions to the external world but participatory events in the unfolding of reality. I began sharing these experiences with friends, and soon realized that everyone has stories of uncanny timing, improbable meetings, and moments where intuition aligns perfectly with circumstance. From narrowly avoiding accidents due to a sudden hunch, to meeting future collaborators through chance encounters, these experiences hint at a universal intelligence, or at least a pattern that is profoundly interconnected with our individual awareness. Could this be the universe whispering guidance, or is it an emergent property of complex systems that we interpret as personal meaning? Perhaps it is both, a dual reality where objective patterns meet subjective perception, creating experiences that feel deeply personal yet are woven into the broader cosmic web. To test this, I began documenting these nudges, from noticing repeating numbers on clocks, to dreams that offered insight into waking challenges, to encounters with strangers that led to profound insights. Each data point was a thread, and when woven together, a narrative emerged that suggested intention, a coherent directionality that defied pure randomness. One day, a particularly striking event crystallized this understanding. I had been struggling with a major career decision, and despite careful analysis, I felt no clarity. On a walk under a canopy of stars, I stumbled upon an outdoor art installation, perfectly illuminated, depicting a cosmic spiral. The spiral mirrored the diagrams I had been studying about the Fibonacci sequence and fractal patterns in nature, a symbol of growth and expansion. In that moment, I felt an undeniable confirmation, a visceral sense that the choice before me was aligned with something larger than myself. Studies in neuroaesthetics suggest that such moments, where perception, emotion, and pattern recognition converge, trigger profound insights and a sense of universal connectedness. Our brains are exquisitely tuned to detect these alignments, and the resulting emotional impact reinforces the perception that we are being guided. By embracing these experiences, I realized that life unfolds not merely through planning or effort alone, but through an ongoing dialogue with the universe, a conversation in which attentiveness, intuition, and openness play essential roles. It is in noticing the small, seemingly mundane signals that guidance reveals itself. A fleeting conversation, a recurring image, an unexpected resource appearing at the exact moment of need. These are not miracles in the traditional sense, but expressions of a deeper pattern, a coherence beneath the apparent randomness of existence. And yet, the universe does not always reveal its guidance in dramatic ways. Often, it is subtle, quiet, and requires attunement, meditation, reflection, and conscious observation. Enhance our sensitivity to these nudges, sharpening the mind to recognize synchronicities and the invisible threads connecting moments, people, and events. For those skeptical of mystical interpretations, Consider the mathematical elegance of chaos theory, fractals, and complex adaptive systems. They demonstrate that within apparent disorder, order can spontaneously emerge, patterns form naturally, and minor influences can cascade into significant transformations. The universe, in this view, is not merely a backdrop but an active participant in the unfolding of reality, responding to and interacting with conscious agents in ways that science is beginning to map and model. By actively observing and engaging with these patterns, we can cultivate a sense of alignment and flow, where decisions feel intuitive. Encounters seem orchestrated, and life unfolds with a surprising coherence that once felt impossible to believe. This realization reshapes how we perceive randomness, coincidence, and personal agency. It invites a deeper awareness of the interplay between self, choice, and the cosmos, suggesting that we are co-creators in a vast, dynamic system that extends far beyond our immediate perception. The journey is ongoing, and each of us can explore this interplay in our own lives, noticing the subtle cues, the resonances, the seemingly accidental events that carry meaning when viewed through a lens of attentiveness. Ultimately, the day I realized the universe was guiding me was not a single moment of revelation, but a gradual awakening, a series of experiences that accumulated into clarity. It taught me that life is not random chaos, nor is it rigid determinism, but a beautiful synthesis, where intuition, awareness, and cosmic patterns converge to create a sense of purpose and direction. Every time I notice a small coincidence, a whisper of guidance, or a fleeting feeling that nudges me toward a choice, I am reminded that we are participants in a grand, intricate, and ongoing dialogue with the universe. And now I want you to pause and reflect on your own life. What signs have you missed? What coincidences have felt too precise to ignore, and how might your own journey be subtly guided in ways you have yet to recognize? The universe is constantly sending us signals, and by cultivating awareness, we can begin to interpret them, align our choices, and navigate life with greater clarity and purpose. If this story resonated with you, take a moment to think about the nudges you've experienced. Share your experiences in the comments below. Like this video if it opened your eyes to the subtle guidance around you. And subscribe to Cosmic Horizon Hub to explore more stories where science, intuition, and the cosmos intersect in ways that will change how you see the universe forever. Remember, the universe is not just out there, it is woven into the fabric of your life, guiding, nudging, and whispering, and all you have to do is notice.